Arun sir is here.
Okay.
So,
You
welcome
can
everyone.
Yeah, please start.
So welcome everyone to this introductory session on railway signaling, where we are planning to announce our uh, online training program on railway signaling, as well as we are also planning to share details and insights about railway signaling career for young engineers and people who are looking at exploring career in railway signaling. So it is an honor for us uh, as all of you have taken out your precious time to participate in this interactive webinar today. So as I proceed, I'll just like to brief a little bit about ourselves. So, Railway Academy is basically a employability focused training provider working in the segment of railway industry, building up skilled manpower for this industry, not only for India but worldwide. So we run a postgraduate diploma program in collaboration with two universities in India. One is Rajbara University, Mohali, and second one, Ramaya University of Applied Sciences, Bangalore. We also are one of the authorized training partners of ISC, Railway Signal Engineers, an apex body in for railway signaling professionals. And so we've been working in this area for 4 years now. And here I would like to mention that, and it has been a very interesting journey for us. When we started, we did not have much idea about the requirements in the railway signaling field, but over the period, we have uh, we explored interesting avenues and of segments where we thought uh, we are very confident right now that there is a huge demand coming up in railway signaling for qualified and skilled professionals. So for about which I have with us Mr. Arun Saxena and Mr. Narayan Parvatikar sir to share their insights on this industry and what is being sought by premium companies, international companies around the world in the domain of railway signaling. So I would like to welcome Mr. Arun Saxena, sir, to join us today. And before I hand over the session to him, I would like to say that our journey, Railway Academy's journey, uh, in fact, would not have even started if we would not have got guidance from Arun Saxena, sir. So we owe a lot to him in terms of knowledge and wisdom and guidance he imparted us in our initial years. And we always go to him to seek knowledge and perspective to look at this industry. So every time we have been enlightened by his wisdom and experience and knowledge. So, sir, I welcome you to this session, sir.
Thank you, Sumit. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Very well, sir.
So good evening to all of you, the budding and upcoming signal engineers. I can see also on the list of participants, Mr. Narayan Parvatikar, a person who is a genius, who is part of your faculty and who is steering Rail Academy into the real world of skill development. I can also see Mr. Sambi Reddy, another colleague of mine who left us some time back, but has a knack for teaching, and he is also visible on the screen. So I would like to just, I think, start from the beginning about my own career. After my electronics and communication graduation, I was invited, or for that matter, I was brought to Indian Space Research Organization at Ahmedabad. That is a space application center. And there I somehow developed this habit of developing configurations and applications and new solutions for the space industry. And Indian Satellite 1 was my first project. And as luck would have it, I was selected by the Union Public Service Commission, and I opted for Indian Railways. And that is how I was taken to Indian Railways. And right from the year 1980 and 1979-80 to the year 2017, I was part of the railway. That was about 37 years plus. And thereafter, I was supporting Railtel Corporation of India to establish a new vertical in the field of signaling and train control, including automation, IoT, and other applications. Now, why I continued with the signaling even after my retirement, the reason was very simple, that during my long career, I found that signaling is a main issue. And nowhere in the world, whether it is your normal mainline traffic or a freight railway or a metro railway or maybe the high speed, whatever you can think of, the signaling is the key and the really heart of the entire system. And that is what controls movements and ensures safety and the required level of performance, including nowadays information in time. Now this area is so wide and so I think involved with the innovative solutions that at every stage you have to find out a new solution. Even in our 37 years in railways, Sambi Reddy will know and Mr. Parvatikar also knows that at every location it's a different solution. And that is what requires an expertise of a different kind altogether, in which you have to have a mind which is innovative, which can develop new solutions, which is creative. And that is how people enjoy doing signaling, in spite of being a very complex and critical subject. Now, why signaling is and train control has become important, because this particular technology is not taught anywhere in the colleges. And in spite of our best efforts, we were not able to include this in our IITs and NITs and the normal engineering colleges. But somehow I came in contact with Mr. Ajay Singh about 5-6 years back. And with them, we were able to coordinate with the 2 universities in the country. And those universities are the Rayat Bahara University in Chandigarh and MS Ramaiah University in Bangalore. And we started with a 1-year PG diploma in railway signaling. I also made an effort in Allahabad with the IETE to start a 90 days crash course on signaling, basic signaling. But somehow that could not take off because the IET top management was not able to assign the required amount of money to start the project. Now, when we go to the railways, you will feel that every area in which the problems are there is linked to signaling or IoT or telecom or instrumentation or things like that. Now that is the reason that there is a big career in this area, and because nobody knows about it, that requires a huge manpower. Now if you look at the investments coming into the area of railway signaling, the investments, if you just look at the mainline railway, Indian Railways, it is of the order of 100,000 crores in the next 10 years. Now this kind of investment requires a huge skilled manpower, and not only skilled, it's also certified. And that certification is also, I think, a process in which IRSC London has done a lot of work, but Indian Railways also has started with IRST ELO, about which Mr. Parvatikar will explain to you if possible. And that how do you get certification also, so that you are certified signal engineer in a specified area. And those areas are also very critical. The area could be design, the area could be installation, the area could be testing and commissioning. And there are many other areas of verification, validation, maintenance and troubleshooting and all that. So what I'm trying to say that after even almost 40 years in signaling, I still feel that I'm learning and there's so much to learn. And this learning, I think, has been very, I think, effective when I was in Railtel, when we recruited 15 engineers. And the current present day engineers are having their different kind of expertise. And that expertise is in the area of computer systems, microcontrollers, your networking, your optical fiber networks, and very advanced concepts of digital twins, AR and VR. And these areas we were not even aware of when we were in the Indian Railways about 10 years back. But these new concepts can be very effectively used and embedded into our railway signaling. And that is the reason that we need a large battery of signal engineers in this country, not only in this country, in the entire Asian region and maybe in the entire world. And for the first time, I mentioned about this shortage in the year 1994. to the chairman railway board that there is going to be a very severe shortage of signal engineers, and every project in the world will be critical and will be stuck on account of signaling. And therefore, young engineers, all of you, I would request all of you to take interest in this area. It is a very good area, very innovative, very challenging, and you will enjoy doing it. The only thing is every signal engineer, I keep on saying every time, is like diamond. And it is the level of your clarity, your thoughts, your expertise, which matters. The diamond could be of a different shine altogether. And the higher the level of knowledge and skills, higher you can go, and you can be the best signal engineer in the country. Thank you so much, Sumit, for inviting me to this session of yours. I wish all the participants very good luck in the times to come. And I would request them to, whenever they get an opportunity of any kind, including the one which has been created by Rail Academy, if you are able to grab some knowledge from anyone on signaling, it is worth it. Congratulations to all of you, and I'll over to Sumit. Thank you so much, Sumit.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been an honor having you with us, and thank you so much for your guidance and perspective, which has always been for us. I'm sure that this will act as a lighting source to all of those people who are attending today's webinar. So I would now like to invite Mr. Narayan Parvatikar sir to start the session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sumit. Thank you, Arun Saxena, sir. We require your blessings and we require your guidance to go ahead. And also at the same time, Sri Samireddy sir also is there with us. We require his blessings also to go ahead with this training. As it is already told, and let me just give a small brief about me. Narayan Parvatikar. I am a science graduate from Karnataka University in 1972. Joined the Indian Railways in 1977, and after 3 years training, I was posted in Hubli Division, now the Southwestern Railway, as a junior engineer. Then after 10 years of the field experience, I opted for as a faculty member in the renowned institute, Signaling and Telecommunication Institute at IRSET, Indian Railway Institute of Signal Engineering and Telecommunications, Secunderabad. Between 2002 to 2003, I was division engineer in Hubli Division and Hyderabad Division. Later again, I joined the same institute. I have a liking for teaching, and during my career in the railways, I also did in my diploma in training and development. And I'm a certified soft skills trainer. I have a license issued by IRSTELO, IRSTELO, as a signal design verifier. Recently, I have added one more feather in my cap by passing the certified lead auditor course of ISO 9001 2015. So as far as introduction is concerned, 27 years of service, diploma, and this I will brief to you. Now we have with us most of the experienced faculty members. Dr. Aragundan is a retired general manager, and he is a RAMS Metro Train expert. Mr. M.L. Sharma, a retired DST from Central Way, ex-faculty member of IRSET. He is a telecom expert. Mr. Ram Kumar, retired SSC from Southern Railway as a signal expert. Mr. A.V. Subbarao, retired ADST from South Central Railway, and he also was a faculty member in IRSET. Mr. V. Radhakrishnan, he is also a telecom faculty, retired as DST from Southern Railway, and he is expert in metro technology. Mr. V. Vijay Kumar, a retired senior section engineer, Southern Railway. He is also ex-faculty member of IRSET, and he is a signal design expert. With the support of all these faculty members, we are able to run the signaling courses and telecom courses successfully. These are our few guys, those who completed the training and working with the different companies. Training course we conduct, we do PG diploma in railway signaling and telecommunication, and an integration course in railway signaling, certified training course in railway signaling, on which now we are talking about. A capsule training course, come workshops. This is recently introduced, which will make a person to be thoroughly knowledgeable and have a practice on different activities of the signaling. A short-term training programs we have on electronic interlocking, digital accelerometers, ramps, functional safety, SINLAC standards and SL, and technical webinars. We have conducted almost 10 plus webinars. On every Friday, we are conducting the technical webinars. And Dr. Rajagoundan, Mr. Sambireddy, they have contributed their knowledge with us. We also are planning to have a course, a certification course on railway electrification, as the Railway Board has taken the decision to go for electrification throughout the Indian Railways. So it is the growing technology, the railway electrification. And it is supported by Mr. M.M. Prakasham, who was a faculty member in Railway Staff College, Baroda, an electrical engineer with us. He is also a faculty member with us. Railway track technology is another technology which is generally adopted with the recent technology on metros. We are contemplating to conduct a training on railway technology also. Fine. Before going to this session, I have seen the chat box. There are many doubts. People are coming with the doubts. Sitting in your chair with your perception, I thought these may be the different doubts that people are having. Having spent around 50, 60 hours with us, your time and money, what you will get out of this training? Different doubts are there. So my request to all, kindly listen to the full presentation. Whatever doubts you may have, I am clearing all those doubts. Still, if you have any doubts, you are definitely free to ask us. Doubts generally you have. What are the contents of this training program? What we are going to cover here? Why this training at all? Why should you attend this training? As Arun Saxena sir told already, the railway signaling is a niche area. I will be clearing all these doubts. What is the duration of the certification training course we are having? What is the eligibility for the person? What is the commencing date? What is the timing of the training, which is very important for us? Assessment and certificates, how we are going to give. And what are the job avenues having attended this complete training? What are the additional soft tools required as a signal engineer, signal design engineer? Over and above that, sabse bada rupaya, the fee structure. People are going to spend money from their pocket. So what is the fee structure? These are the doubts generally in general people will have, and also people will have the doubt. I have seen in the chat box. What are the avenues, prospects in metro train technology? I'm covering those topics also. There is a separate signaling system for the railways. We will be teaching those topics here. And as Arun sir told already, the topics are not covered in any colleges in India. There are few institutes in India nowadays who are teaching these topics. It is a welcome step ahead. We also are in the same field to teach the signaling and telecommunication subjects and the topics which are relevant to railway signaling. It's a growing technology. When we joined, or Arun sir joined, or Sambireddy sir joined, we have seen the mechanical signaling. You may be seeing those mechanical signaling in some old movies, especially Pakiza, Chalte Chalte, Yuhi, that movie you will be seeing the signaling technology, how the signaling technology was working. But with the present technology, growing technology, with the digital technology, there's a vast change in the signaling system. But the fundamental things remains the same. The Indian Railway, or for that matter, the railways ruled somewhere in the world in 1830s. And the signaling technology started way back in 1840s. There are very few changes. Kindly mute your mics. The guys, kindly mute your mics. It will be disturbing the others. So whatever signaling technology we adopted way back in 1840s, much more things were added, but the fundamental technology remains the same. There is a dearth of qualified railway signal engineers and designers globally. There was a report from UK signaling few years back. Almost 500 plus signal engineers are required, designers are required for UK railways. That is the scene in each and every country. Even in India, it is very difficult for me to find out a qualified designer or a railway signal engineer when different companies are approaching me to share their profiles. People are trained. But unfortunately, the qualification what the companies are looking for, they are not possessing. We aim to make you a qualified railway signal engineers and designers who can definitely get a career in this path. Way back in 1975 onward, there is a private participation on Indian railway signaling and telecommunication activities. Earlier to that, it was a completely whole and soul technology with railways. But 1975 onwards, the private companies started entering. Same is the scenario in different countries also. Nowadays, in India itself, we have 20 plus different MNCs who are involved with the railway signaling, plus more than 300 plus private people are there who are working for the railway signaling and telecommunication, installation, designing, maintenance, all these activities. Why at all there is no recession in the year? There is no recession as such. There was a recession in IT sector in 2001. There was again a recession in 2010. Now also you have a recession in IT sectors in different organizations. But in the railway signaling and telecommunication field, there was never a recession. There will not be any recession in the future also. The main reason for that is a railway is having a programmed activity to revamp the railway infrastructure and to adopt the new technology where we are going ahead. We never thought way back in 2000 or 1995, there will be so many metros over the Indian railways. Now you can see in India, there are many metro projects are coming up. Introduction of metro trains and new technology in a train control system. Earlier, the communication was only to communicate to some different areas in the railways. But now they go hand in hand. The signaling and communication together go hand in hand. As I said, there is no recession in this area. Paucity of qualified trainers. As it was mentioned, in no colleges the technology is taught. People like us, those who work with the Indian Railways, having a sufficient knowledge and a taste of signaling and taste for training, we started to train the people here. And what is special with this Railway Academy? Why should you join here? The question comes. The simple answer is, our all trainers will make the things complicated very simple. My very fundamental sentence is, it is very simple. We will train the participants, we will train the trainees to understand the concept in a very simple way. Any complicated things are made simple with our different faculty members. Who should attend this course? It is better the participants who are already working in the railway field, in the railway technological field, designers or whoever they are. If they attend, they can enrich their knowledge. They have joined the different companies with some knowledge, with little knowledge. But as Arun sir has definitely mentioned, even after 45 years of service, he has a taste of learning. The subject is like that. We know a small grain in the ocean. We know a small grain in the desert. It's such a technology it is. And the equipments which are used, especially in the railways, are not known to many people. So if you have a working experience, if you are already aware of the different equipments like points, signals, rails, gate, it will be easy for you to understand. However, participants without working experience also can join, like engineering graduates other than civil engineering. Because we generally don't deal with the civil engineering technology here. We do with mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, communication engineering, electronics and computer science. With all those technologies, people can join this training. And we support our training with very different videos, different photographs to show you the different equipments used in the railways. Even diploma holders, other than the civil engineers, also can join this for this training. My challenge was, if you know the English, I will make you a signal engineer. That is enough for me. Just because all the documentation is in English and the teaching media is in English. With that, we will conduct the training and make you at the end of the session as a signal engineer. But kindly remember, please remember, our contribution is only about 30%. Another 70% effort to be put by you. You need to study it. It is just like learning a French or Germany at the age of around 40 years, which you have not heard at all. Everything is new here. A single letter is new. You have to read and read. Unless there is a full-fledged effort, we cannot make you a signal engineer. We will guide you the way. We will guide you the road. It is up to you how you progress. I definitely request all the people who are joining for this course to contribute a few hours to learn the things which are new to you. At the end of the day, when you go to any company for any interview, the guys will scrutinize you. The interviewer will test you orally, where you need to have a good communication skill to put forth, to tell him what you know. You may be good in writing the answers, but at the same time, we also should be good in communicating what we know. That will tell you here. We have 6 different modules here. In the complete duration, I will tell you what is the duration of the training. The first module covers the basic concepts of signaling. The second concept covers the principles of interlocking, which is the heart of the railway signaling system. We also go with the electrical and relay interlocking system. And we go with the point operation and table of control. Table of control is again the nerves of railway signaling. The present technology is electronic interlocking. And also we go with the modern signaling like metro technology. So these are the 6 modules we cover in this complete duration. Module 1, as I said, is the basic concepts of signaling, where I will be covering signaling system, types of signals, meaning of signal aspects, location and nomenclature of signals, various overlaps and rules for setting up overlaps, isolation, means of isolation, and rules of isolation, class of stations and level crossing gate, what you call railway phatak, in the block signaling system, which deals with the service train service between two stations. Coming to module 2, the principles of interlocking. As I said, the heart of the signaling system. Preparing and locating signaling in the signaling plan based on the engineering plan. Numbering of various components in railway signaling. Discussion of principles of interlocking. Concept of table of control. Practice and preparation of table of control. Route holding and need of route holding. Practice on preparation of signaling plan. Module 3 gives you the electrical and relay interlocking system. When the railway interlocking started way back in 1840s, it started with the mechanical signaling, the first generation of interlocking, you can say. Slowly, it migrated to electrical interlocking. Then the third generation came with the relay interlocking. The fourth is now with electronic interlocking and the computer-based interlocking. So these are the different types of interlocking which can be achieved. I'll be briefing it, we'll be teaching you all these technologies in this duration. I repeat again here, our efforts, our teaching is hardly 30%. 70% effort to be put by all of you. Here in this third module, we cover the concept of relays and types of relays used on the railway signaling circuits, various relays and nomenclatures, relays for various functions, train detecting devices, marking of track circuit for a signaling plan, numbering all functions in a signaling yard. Seems to be very simple, but they are complicated drawings. Railway signaling uses its own drawings, its own technology for designing. Module 4 gives you the point operations and table of control, drawing of simple circuit. We are definitely going ahead with the conceptual drawings. We will teach you the concept here. How to draw the simple circuit. It is because it is just like a tailoring. When a person goes for any tailoring institute, he will be taught how to cut the cloth for a shirt, how to cut the cloth for pants, a shorts. Now the tailor's skill based on the particular human being, how to make the correct size for him, how to fit a pant or a shirt to his size. It is the designing. We will tell you the basics. It is up to you how best you learn it and develop it. We will go with the point operation circuits, detection circuits, track locking, crank handle interlocking. Probably the guys, freshers may not understand at this level what you mean by this. It only looks like a simple English sentences, but the technology is so. We need to know all these in various activities. Various locking provided on signals, approach and deadlocking, padlocking, sectional route release, concept of table of control, preparation of table of control and practice of table of control. Hence, module 4 and module 3 are the base of the technology. Coming to module 5, the latest technology, I definitely appreciate the young engineers to develop their skill in adopting the modern technologies. But the modern technologies cannot be adopted without knowing the fundamentals. Till now, whatever you have seen, they are all fundamentals. How these fundamental skills, how the fundamental technology is adopted with the growing and developing technology like electronic interlocking. We deal here with concept of electronic interlocking, hardware and software used for electronic interlocking, the application logic, which is playing the complete electronic interlocking system, the data preparation required for this electronic interlocking. Coming to the latest technology in the modern signaling, we go with auxiliary warning systems, train protection and warning systems, train collision avoidance systems, block proving through accelerometers, digital accelerometers, concept of communication-based train control system, CBTC, which is a metro technology. So these are the 6 modules we'll be covering during our entire duration. And our faculty members, as I said, I am Mr. Narayan Parvatikar, Mr. Subbarao, Mr. Ram Kumar. Coming to the duration of the training. The duration of the training is around 50 hours. It can be 50 plus 5 hours, maybe maximum 60 hours. And the complete sessions are divided into 2 hours online training sessions. To suit to the participants, we tailor-made the duration for you. Many people may be working or serving with different companies. They may be busy in their activities in the daytime. Hence, we will be starting on 3 days in a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, between 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the evening. However, it is flexible. It depends upon the majority of the participants. We also will have the class recordings shared with the students. If you miss any classes, you can definitely go for the recordings which are put in the YouTube in our site, and you can pick up the topics. Along with 30-70 participation of 30% and 70% participation, what I was mentioning, I also say here, unlike the other college studies, what you studied in the first term and just forget about it, attempt for the exam, write the exam, score 90%, 95%, and go for the second term. This signaling topic is not like that. Whatever you learn in the first hour of the classes need to be remembered, need to be understood till the end of the course. It is not that it is having 50 hours, which you learn in the first hour, just leave there and go ahead. It is not so. It is a committed training with a mindset that yes, you will become at the end of the session a good design engineer, a good signal engineer. With that mindset, if you are coming, definitely at the end of the training session, you will be a good designers and good signal engineers. I really appreciate the people who will be joining here with the commitment to learn the thing, to study the thing, to develop the technology with them. We are commencing the course from 24th of August 2020. It's a 3-day session, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 7 to 9. However, the timing are adjustable. As we are already having other training sessions on Saturdays, Sundays, believe it or not, since almost about 6 months onwards, I am just booked from morning 9 to evening 9, night 9 o'clock on Saturdays and Sundays, imparting the training. Hence, we thought the best slot is between 7 to 9 on working days, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. It is the view of the participants to definitely take up here, request here for change of timings as suitable to us and as suitable to you all. You are my students, you will be my students. As per your timing, we are definitely going to change the timing. Please note, as I mentioned, that the things will be made simpler which are complex. As Arun sir already mentioned, and Sambhar Reddy sir also here with us, the technology is not that simple. The signaling technology is not that simple. But with the support of all the faculty members with me, and I have a fancy towards the teaching, we go with the bottom line. It is simple. It is very simple. I will make you the things very simple, understandable. You can remember it. Only thing is you need to retain it. You need to retain it up to the end of the last session, so that at the end of the session, definitely I can assure you, you will be the best citizen design engineers and designers. We will not stop here. We will not stop with the 50, 60 hours. At the last end of the day, at the end of the session, you have 2 assessments. For part 1, around 25 hours, you have 1 assessment, a written exam. And at the end of the second part, you have another assessment of another 100 marks, 3 hours question. And later, it is 1:1 interaction with all the people. As I said in the beginning, when you venture for any service or when you approach any companies for your job, definitely you need to interact with the interviewer orally, where your skill matters. You might have scored more than 90% in the assessment. But we want that you should be able to communicate what you know. That is the final test which I will be taking 1-to-1, maybe 1 hour per day per each candidate. I have almost about 100 plus questions with me. At random, I will ask you the questions which you need to answer, which can communicate, convey the interviewer, yes, you know the topic. After 1 hour session, like this 5 days, 5 hours, you will be covering all the 100 questions. And at the end of the 5th day, I will give you all the questions with a crisp answer. Many people may be chanting the Hanuman Chalisa or whatever mantram, whatever, or maybe as per your religion, some mantram you may be chanting. How it came to you? You say it daily. Right from your childhood, you are going on chanting it daily. In the same fashion, whatever answers I'll give you, kindly see that you will go through the answers daily once. Hardly it is about 4 pages. To cover 4 pages, maximum 15 minutes is quite enough. You please go through that all the answers every day. Even the answers are classified as very important, and just informative. 3 different categories of the answers with the different questions and their answers in a very crisp way. Please go through the questions. If anybody asks you the question, it will be out of 100 questions. You can answer it, which will definitely satisfy the interviewer, and your job is guaranteed. This is an extra effort we are putting from this batch onwards. You are the special for that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, now Mr. Sumit can take over.
Thank you, sir. So when we started working on this course program, so we did a batch earlier to this and during the lockdown period, where we launched a conceptual railway signaling course of around 35 hours. So we launched that course to and we imparted training to around 35 plus people at that point of time. So based upon our learning, we have improvised this course across 6 modules. So there's a question I could see that there are 2 questions that I can see from Nitin Srivastava and Rahul Bari, which we'll answer a little later. So now we also try to find out similar trainings or training providers who are giving training in the industry. So we kind of studied them. We tried to understand what they are teaching and how beneficial this. And Narayan sir, in fact, interviewed many professionals who are working in the industry and found out that the basic understanding of the concepts of signaling is inappropriate, is not really up to the mark. So why is that so? So what happens is that there are close to about 72 people attending this webinar, and many of you would be working in railway domain, even in railway signaling. But what happens when a fresher engineer is recruited into a company? He is taught only those relevant things which he is required to perform or work on. There is no way he is trained on basics and all those aspects of signaling. So that is why his knowledge, even while working in a railway signaling company is inadequate, which we want to address through this training. So that is why these 6 modules that we've tried to build here are addressing the fundamental require of conceptual clarity in railway signaling. So now coming down to the fees aspect of it, so coming to the fees aspect of the course, so the course fees that we have launched this particular program is at about 35,000 rupees plus GST. So this is the course fee for 50 hours of online signaling course, railway signaling course, encompassed around 6 modules which have been shared across. So 50 hours weekday program is 35,000 plus GST, but we want as many people to learn railway signaling, because as Arun sir said, there is a huge number of skilled professionals required in the industry. So not only in India, but Asia, Middle East, other countries. So this is a huge field, huge industry, which is waiting, which is evolving as metros are coming, high-speed rails are coming, monorail projects are coming up, bullet train projects are coming up, and even hyperloops are coming up. So there are professionals who are required. So for all the people who are waiting for this course to get launched and who were planning to get themselves enrolled into learning this course, so here is a special offer for you, seeing the Independence Day coming around. So the offer is the special fee offer we are announcing. This 35,000 course will be available to you at 15,000 rupees plus GST. That's more than 60% on the course fee. So if you register before 15th August, this offer is valid till 15th of August 2020, where you can get yourself enrolled into this course program at 15,000 plus GST. There's also a group discount for group of friends or professionals or colleagues who would like to study together. If you have a friend circle where 3+ registrations are there, we are offering another set of discount, which is 12,000 rupees, 3,000 off on 1,000. So group discounts, 3+ registration, you can register at 12,000 plus registration. And if any company participation is there, so we've received it in our past. So 10+ registration, the course fee is 10,000 plus GST per individual registration. So that's the kind of special freedom offer we are announcing, seeing the Independence Day around the corner. So 15th August, 15,000. So 15th August, this offer will expire for people. So before 15th August, you register if you want to avail this course price. So that this is the special freedom offer that we have for you. And in addition to this, I would request Narayan sir to take up the questions which people have asked. So we'll take up some of the courses. Okay, very good, sir. So sir, Narayan sir, Rahul Bari has asked us, are these 6 modules part of the PG diploma course or any other course?
It is almost same. It is almost the same PG diploma courses. But as I was telling here, the participants can be from the Railway Academy. I mean, the people who are working with the different companies, or maybe from your freshers. But the topics are same. Only thing is, it is taught in a short duration. Other than that, there is no change here. I mean, as you have some constraints for PG diploma course, we have started this course. Other than that, nothing.
So I would like to add 1 or 2 points here is that our PG diploma course is 11 months full-time course program, where we cover around 9 modules now. So, and each of the module is almost about 60 to 70 hours is what we devote on each of the modules. So the kind of depth that is there in PG diploma is definitely not be there in this certificate program. So the objective of this certificate program is very different than the PG diploma course program. This is for everybody to come and learn railway signaling and get themselves equipped with this knowledge. Whereas PG diploma is a full-time postgraduate study program which is there, and which happens in our Bangalore campus and Mohali campus. So there is a difference in terms of duration, in terms of depth, but we have very carefully chosen these 6 modules that we have shared with you. So these 6 modules will equip you to understand railway signaling in a complete sense. You would not feel left out. That you will learn basic concepts of signaling, you will learn interlocking, you will learn electrical and relay interlocking, you will learn modern signaling, point operations, control tables, and electronic interlocking as well. So it covers all aspects of railway signaling and would help you understand the concepts. So this is the difference between our PG program and this course. So this is for people who are working professionals who cannot visit the campus and want to get themselves commit for 11 months. So they can do it over 2 months, 2.5 months. This course program. Second, Nitin Srivastava. Yes, we definitely want to do it during the weekends. It could be Monday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, or it could be Tuesday, Thursdays, or Saturdays. So we'll definitely work out. But as of now, we'll stick with this program of Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So we may be shifting our Friday webinars to Saturdays in the month of August and September. So you don't really have to worry about it. Another point is, do we have any practical use case training sessions? Narayan sir, kindly enlighten us.
Sorry, come back again.
Do we have any practical use case training session? Are we going to do some case studies too during the training session? Any practical exercise?
I saw that question, in fact. From day 1 onwards, what you learn is the practical case. Whatever you learn is practical case. You need to apply it in the designing and also installing and maintaining. There is nothing like theory and practical here. It is not like any other topics. It is typical to railway signaling, wherein after learning, definitely you will be using it in practical use. And as I said, it is exactly like a fashion designer. He will tell you how to design. It is up to you how to design to suit a particular person. The designing aspect is different here with the railway signaling technology. Once you attend it, you will understand it.
Okay, sir. Okay, Prateek Jain is asking, please share these 6 modules detailed. Yes, so I'll be sharing the course brochure. I'll be sharing today's recording to you on your email ID. All those people who have registered for today's webinar, they will get this mail mentioning the today's webinar session recording, the course brochure, covering all the details that we've just spoken about. So you'll get it. Venkat Sandeep Reddy is asking, how is this course different from STTC training of Indian Railways?
Yeah. STTC training is confined to the railway technicians where they teach there. The topics are same. For that matter, you go to any institute across the world, across Indian institute, the topics are same. It is STTC is developed and it is devoted for the railway staff to be trained. We were all from STTC, we were all from the Institute of the IRSET, IRISCT, who have taught the same topics. And we are teaching here in the same topics here.
Okay. Sir, I would also like to add a few things that, one of the questions I received from one of the participants a few days back was that they asked that how are we different than the government training institutes, Indian Railways Training Institute? So
we are not different from the government training institutes. Only thing is there are government training institutes like IRSET, IRISCT, and as he said, STTC with each and every zone. The guys, those who are getting trained and getting certificate there, they are authorized to work in the field on the Indian Railways. But here what we are defining, you do not have any authority to go and work with the Indian Railways, any installations, which is in a working case. It is not permitted. To work on the Indian Railway signaling and telecommunication installations, we need to be a part of Indian Railways. We need to be employed with Indian Railways. Then only you are permitted to work there. That is the difference between the government training institute like IRI, SET and all the STTs. Here, mainly we are targeting the private people. As I said in my beginning, right from 1975 onwards, there are many players in this. Many companies have come up who are working, who are playing on the Indian Railways and also for foreign countries. We target those companies. As the government policy has gone, there is a ban on recruitment. There is a downsizing of the staff on their any government organizations. But at the same time, they are encouraging the private people to take up the work. Even the UK Railways, Australian Railways, American Railways, these are all guys who are outsourcing the work. More than their own countries, they are outsourcing to India. There are more than 20 companies in India who are working for the foreign countries. Apart from that, we have most of the railways. In each division, I can tell there are about 50 plus private people who are working for the Indian Railways. So we are targeting those people.
So next question is,
will you cover the ETCS technology in this course? ETCS is nothing but what we told the CBTC and also ERTMS. We will be covering it. As you come to know, the latest technology can be adopted, can be learned, can be designed with the fundamentals. We go with the fundamentals. We will teach you alphabets here. We will teach you the grammar. It is up to you to develop how you develop the prose or poetry, how you use the language. We teach the fundamentals. The signaling technology goes with the fundamentals. The process, how it goes. As I gave in one of the webinars, the example, the last week webinar, what I gave, it is the process. In olden days, you were preparing the rice on a wooden chula, on a wooden firewood. The ingredients were rice, bartan, a container, and water. As the time changed with the pump stove, the same containers, same water, same raw rice, it went with the pump stove. The third generation came with the LPG stove, what now you are using in the house. But the contents remains the same. The container, the rice, the raw rice and the water. Now the present technology is to cook the rice with the micro oven. Did the contents change? No. It has the bartan, it has the water, it is the raw rice. It's only the process how you adopt it. The signaling technology is same. What is fundamentals, how it is adopted is different. How it is adopted on the main line is different. How it is adopted on the metro technology is different. But the fundamentals goes the same. You will be learning about that in this course.
Okay. Sir, Nitin Srivastava, course material will be made available? Yes. So when we say course material, what do we mean? We mean that first class sessions, the sessions that will be conducted online will be made available to you to study through our learning management system, which we have put in place. The second thing is that any study notes which are shared by the faculty would be made available to you to download and study. Third point, any exercises which I shared with you will be given to you in the form of PDF within the LMS, which you can refer, study, and any other sort of information will be made available to you. And this will be...
So with 1 minute here, let me add here one thing.
Yes,
the course materials will be available,
yes,
but it will not be made available during the training session. It is to be recorded in your mind. You need to learn, you need to understand, you need to remain, you need to remember it. Even when we attended the training, we made our own notes. The notes prepared by us based on the class teaching are the notes with us till today. The same thing was adopted by Mr. Arun sir when he was under training, and Samridhi sir when they were under training. The technology is not goes with the notes here. The technology goes with the understanding. Where rightly I have told that 30% is our effort, 70% the participants' efforts. Kindly do not blame us at the end of the session that you are not knowing the topic. You need to contribute, you need to learn it, you need to definitely devote your time in learning it. And one more question here by Yasim Malik. Can you please tell me about the certificate heading like ISO 9001? 9001 2015, what certification course I have done? It is nothing to do with the railway signaling and telecommunication technology. It is only a quality management certificate. There are some processes which need to be adopted by private people, and there is a audit process for that. Whether the process is adopted qualitatively or not, a management quality is done or not. For that, the ISO 9001 2015 deals with. It is nothing to do with the railway signaling technology. It was my own interest. I did it. It is nothing to do with this training place.
Sir, Anuj Pal has asked a question. Are we going to be using any signaling specific softwares and testing system specific softwares like Ansardo or Bombardier RCS and other signaling software packs?
Yeah,
so we can claim to be
I will come to that. I will come to that. As a technology developed, especially with the electronic interlocking or computer-based interlocking, the complete process is the logic, application logic or the software. It is the bread and butter of the particular company, maybe Ansaldo, maybe Thales, maybe Alstom, maybe Atkins, or maybe Siemens, whatever companies are there. They have their own technologies, they have their own application logic, which they will not let us know. If you want to learn that, probably you need to join the company, particular company, and there you will be trained on a particular software. We can only tell the structure of the software here, how a structure of the software looks like, how it can be developed, how a Boolean equation can be used, how it can be developed, the fundamentals again. I'll come to the fundamentals.
Sir, I'd like to add here.
Yeah.
We are also looking at introducing some advanced training programs in September and October. One such program is on CBTC. So for people who are looking at specifics and advanced level of trainings, they can look at enrolling themselves into those advanced programs, which will be more advanced and on certain specific topics.
But kindly add, let me add here, even in that course also, we will not teach them the softwares. It is company specific. It will not be let known to others. It is the bread and butter of particular company. We can only tell the structure of the software. What are the different fields to be integrated with the particular computer-based train technology, communication-based train control system, metro technology. We can only tell how the field equipments are integrated with the system, how the ATS works, how the ATO works, how the ATP works. But the hardware and software, it is not known to outside world. It is the bread and butter of the particular company. Please do not be under the illusion that you can learn it anywhere outside. No, no fellow will teach it. It is specific to particular company only. If you want to go ahead with that, you need to join such companies and you can become the masters in that with the fundamental knowledge what we have here.
Okay, so next question is that, okay, can you please share some details for certificate recognition? Will it be recognized across other countries too? So Nitin, this is going to be a Railway Academy certificate. Our PG diploma certificate is definitely ISC endorsed as well as a UGC recognized postgraduate qualification. But this is a certificate course which will have industry recognitions. What do I mean by industry recognition is that over the last 4 years, we have done a lot of training and we have imparted training to a lot of in the form of corporate trainings. So, and also our students to whom we had imparted trainings are working on the basis of the training that we had imparted and utilizing the certificates that we had given to them. So when I say industry recognized, that definitely industry is aware about Railway Academy, they recognize Railway Academy, and if you go to them with this kind of certificate and qualify their interview, they will surely employ you. So that this is what I have to say on the certificate aspect of Railway Academy. And in fact, we in the recent times, we have also received international participants and international students undergoing our program. Currently, also we have people from UK, US, and Australia undergoing our training program. That is the certificate training program, and they are very confident, and they recognize the fact that they will be able to utilize our training and certificate in growing their career. Rahul Bari, is Railway Academy offering some job assistance after this course? Yes, as Narayan sir spoke to you about one-on-one mentoring and training you on 100 plus questions, which will come very handy to you during your job interviews. So we are also looking at developing a job forum in coming months, where we would like to share upcoming opportunities to you once you'll be part of our alumni base. So through this job preparation, as well as this job forum that we're planning to come up around October, we are very certain that this will come very helpful to you in finding a job. Now,
one of the questions Mr. Rahul Jain has asked here again, I belong to software industry, how this course will be useful for me, as I am targeting job in software development of railway signaling industry. So Rahul, as I said again, the software is developed on certain principles. It is particularly specific to particular companies. When you are blended with the fundamentals, the principles, you can adopt the principles for any company software. And if you want to go into that particular company, you are definitely blessed with the signaling technology and with the software knowledge. You will be given the more preference there in such companies. But only with software knowledge, probably you will not be able to go to signaling industry. If you know the signaling technology, you definitely coin it, sandwich it with your software technology, you will have a good placement in those companies. Yeah, and placement opportunities he has given. Sir, I am normal graduate, but having 3 years of experience in railways signaling, mainly on FOTS used in railway signaling. Is it useful? Yes, it is useful. You can definitely develop your skill here, and you can showcase your skill in different fields. I joined signaling sector recently. How this course is helping me in growing your career? Mr. Shom Sharma, any field will recognize you. Any company will recognize you. The moment you have the knowledge, please develop the knowledge. When you attend this course, you will have the knowledge and you will be able to face the interviewer with your knowledge, which will impress them. And definitely you are going to have a career development in your own industry where you are working, or you can also change the industries. Do you have any specific course for telecom which can help to work on metro rail telecom? Oh, no specific telecom courses here for telecom department, but the technology, telecom technology, how it is integrating with the different telecom technologies, the field equipment, the signaling equipments, and with the other equipments through the hardware and software is a part of telecom. Again, which is not covered in this, we are only telling the principles here. We are going with the structure of that, how it is. It is up to you. The moment when you are having that skill, you can be with the particular company. You can claim that you know the signaling telecommunication adopted by the railways, and you are a telecom expert. Definitely, you are going to have the plus point in the particular industry. Package range and placement of this after this course. What is the packet range and placement after this course? As Mr. Sumit has already told, we have tied up with the different companies. We will make you fit after the training to face any interviews, and you can definitely face, and there are chances. We have tied up with the people and we are sharing your profiles with them. And if you find good, definitely the company will go with you.
Okay. Rohit Nageshwar, yes, this course will help you to get placement, because this will give you a holistic understanding on railway signaling. Then in Siemens Rail, where you learn some topics, this course will help you understand the overall gamut of railway signaling. So once you start facing your recruiters, you'll be able to answer more questions pertaining to railway signaling.
There was one more question here. Can we become the experts after this training? Sir, Arun Saxena, sir, who has put up 45 plus years of service, he said he is learning. Even I am with 40 plus years of service, I said I am only a small drop in the ocean. It is a field to learn. There is nothing like expertise here. Day in and day out, we need to learn. We need to develop the technology. We need to develop the subject.
Just
Yes, sir. Yes.
Just to supplement what Narayan has said, that the kind of people were there, like somebody has said, they have done a course on embedded system. Every signaling system is an embedded system, and it will be a very, very good learning in this basic course, so that you are able to deliver proper systems at the time of doing the solution for the Indian Railways. Embedded system is a computer-based system, and you can deliver any signaling, whether it is block signaling or intermediate block signaling or electronic interlocking or level crossing gate interlocking. What I would suggest to all of you who are talking about packages and jobs and all, if you know something, sky is the limit. If you know something in signaling, sky is the limit. You can have a package of 50 lakhs. But if you don't know, nobody will take you. That precisely is my point, that you must learn from the experts like Mr. Parvatikar, who is a genius in this area. And if you learn something, I think it will be useful for you only, not for anybody else. And you have to create value for yourself. People call signal engineers by name. I want Mr. Parvatikar to come and join me. That is the way you have to develop your name. And in a specialized area, whether it is a block signaling or CBTC or electronic interlocking or ETCS, you pick up an area, but basics first. Basics, if you learn properly, as Mr. Parvatikar said, you must remember it throughout your life. Even today, and let me not, I slightly clarify, when I talk about complex, it is not complex, it is common sense. Building block of common sense, you build a complex system. And that is how signaling is done. I believe that the focus must be on learning the basics. And if you are able to learn the basics, you can apply your basics in every area of signaling. And once you create value for yourself, sky is the limit. People will come and pick you for the job. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the good words you have spoken to us. Thanks for the support. Ankit Patel has asked, electronics and communication engineer, what is the future as the signal engineer? Very bright future for you. Don't worry. We want people from electronics and communication field. Mr. One guest, no name here. Is it necessary to have little signaling background before attending this course? Not necessary. You can attend it. The session will be interactive. Yes, it is interactive. Can you ask doubts then and there? Definitely, you can ask questions then and there.
Yes. So Siddesh, I've put a slide on the fees and the offer that we have. This course fee is 35,000, but there is a special offer that we're giving till 15th of August. You can join this course at 15,000 rupees. Classes will start on 24th, which is Monday. So 7 o'clock, we'll start the classes for this certificate program.
And the limit is 30 people per batch.
Yes. So take up a call on this, and I will be sharing an email with everybody mentioning, sharing the course brochure, the payment links, as well as the session recording for you to undergo the session recording once more and get your doubts resolved. We would have covered most of the questions in detail today, and I hope you've got your answers. Yes, Anand, the classes will be on Zoom. We've tried a number of apps, but believe me, there is no, we've tried this WebEx also, but Zoom comes very handy to our participants, and majority of the people are available on Zoom. So we'll be doing this entire course through Zoom. So
Sumit kindly mentioned maximum 30 people per batch.
So the class size is limited to 30 students. So we'll start, because we would like to give individual attention to all these students, and as there will be a one-to-one session and you'll be asked to present in the class, you'll be asked to respond in the class. So this will be the maximum intake we'll be going ahead in this batch. So please utilize this opportunity, because this is one of a kind of opportunity available. You can do all your extensive research in the industry. This perhaps be one of the best course offers in the entire world, not India.
And if there are more than 30 people, it will be split into 2 different batches.
Yes. So, so please join in. And if you have any other questions, you can reach out to me on our contact numbers. So here it is. You can write it to Narayan sir. You can also share your questions to me on the phone numbers mentioned here, as well as the email IDs mentioned, and we'll be happy to respond. So thank you, Arun sir, for taking out your precious time to be part of this session. We really feel honored to have you throughout the session, and it is really an honor for us. And Sambi Reddy sir, I was trying to unmute you to get some insights if possible. Let me see if you're there. If you could unmute yourself, sir, and please share some of the Sambi Reddy sir, if you're there, if it's...
Yeah, I am there.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, share some insights about your journey in railway signaling, sir. So I'm sure a lot of people here attending this session have already attended Sambi Reddy sir's webinars, and it's full of praises for us, sir.
No, it's not about me. I would like to say one thing. Like, Mr. Arun Saxena is a visionary, I can say, about the signaling system of the India, how he influenced a lot in decision taken even from the railway board side. So the personal experience and personal motivational speech of Mr. Arun Saxena is very good to all of you. One thing is why railway industry will be always green. Green means in demand. Because railways are for the common man's journey. And governments have to take care of common man's journey always. And apart from that, now common man means actually doesn't mean that the old rickety trains and all. The metros also are for common man. Every one of us are going to be common man in a metro city when you are able to journey within half an hour by metro and 1.5 hours by the road. Now, apart from that, the railways used to be felt like railway signaling and railways. The people used to feel that there is no technology; it is all something, because many experiences are based on people's travel in the trains, the neatness, the fans, the lights, things like that, and of course stations. But the signal department is the one where you have the latest technology, which is on par with Europe and US also. In fact, it is much better than US. And I can say some of the things like Indian Railways, even UK, there are number of mechanical signaling frames and mechanical signals available. But in India, there are very, very few, except narrow gauge. All are LED lit signals. If you travel by a train, you may not be knowing that you will be passing every 5 minutes an embedded fail-safe electronic system ensuring your safety. Every 5 minutes. In fact, I visit number of engineering colleges around here, in Vijayawada area and all. People, even in the lecturers, many of them, they do not know what is the technology available here. The SIL4 technology, which is of the highest level of competency, is the required to design them. To maintain and to program or customize and then commission will be requiring number of people, the engineers. Now, the Indian Railways requirement of manpower, you don't consider it as if you are going to be a railway employee. Now I can say definitely your professional satisfaction as well as financial progress would be much better when you try your contribution from the outside to the railway managements. So I think with these a few words, I would comment that Railway Academy is doing an excellent job in spreading of the technology. Spreading of technology is the need for the India as well as for the individuals, every one of us. And yes, Parvatikara has also told and Arun Saxena sir also has told that learning can never stop. Don't think that if you learn something about a particular electronic interlocking, you can become an expert in that and you can become something out of it. No, the company itself will change its technology every 2 years, 3 years or 5 years, including the hardwares and then the softwares. So what you are going to learn here is going to be the foundation. So it depends on what you are going to build over that foundation. So you are in a good and a safe and competent hands. Definitely, this is going to help the individuals as well as the railway companies and the Indian railways as well as the world railways everywhere, the Australia and then Europe also. So I think with these words, I will congratulate Railway Academy for this initiative.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Sir, thanks very much. Thanks a lot.
It's an honor, sir. It's very motivating to have sir, you with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you, participants, for taking out your precious time today to attend this course launch and webinar. And we look forward to you in the class. So thank you so much and have a great evening ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks always. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.